You know that nowadays one of the greatest phenomenon is the migration and the flow of refugees from countries which are in conflicts, which are in extreme poverty, that are under the threat of climate change and so on. I mean, we can speak of refugees really from a situation like Syria, like Eritrea and so on, but also of many economic migrants. And most of these people are embarking in very dangerous trips on the boat, especially on the Mediterranean Sea, also in other, I mean Indonesia and so on in Asia, but we are focusing now on the Mediterranean seas. Every day many people die because of this trip on the boats, and they are also following victims of human trafficking. So far, Europe, in spite of all the capacities to accept this huge number of refugees and migrants, in spite of this, has made a politics that is contrary to the acceptance of them, but instead looking just at security reasons, in the sense that they are closing the borders, they are refouling these people and so on. And there is a lot of stigma, a lot of xenophobia going on in the opinion of the people so far, also raised by politicians, by hate speech and so on. The reality is that these people have got their rights to fly from a very dangerous situation. If they embark in a boat trip that is putting at risk their life and with their families, also their children, it means that they have got the certainty of death where they come from, and is an appeal really to show that we are a peoples, as Europe says, in solidarity with them, recognizing their rights. So the humanitarian corridors are ways to practically avoid these dangers of the trips on the boats, creating channels where you bring the refugees, especially the most vulnerable, that you select in the country. And this is also good for security reasons, you know. The people from their countries through planes, for example, a specific number, time to time, in a safe country. And this is a practice that has been already experienced in Italy recently by the community of Sant'Egidio, the Valdesian churches and the Protestant churches. They come together as a civil society, making the proposal to the Italian government of utilizing Article 25 of the visa regulation in the European Union, which allows to do such a thing. So what happens that there was an agreement signed by these groups and the Italian government to bring from Lebanon, Syria and Ethiopia 1,000 people, selecting the most vulnerable ones, through flights with the plane, you know, to Italy. And once in Italy, they can ask for the refugee status. There have been already 3 trips of such in such a way, you know. And during the 32nd Human Rights Council, as a community, Pope John XXIII, because we are behind this proposal, our volunteers who were in the refugee camp in Lebanon with the Syrians asked the community of Sant'Egidio to come and to see what was the situation. And from this, the idea came to Sant'Egidio also and the Protestant churches to be involved, and they put the funds, of course. We are collaborating in the welcoming of the people once they are in Italy and so on. So we had the idea during the 32nd Human Rights Council to organize a parallel event, and it was done on the 16th of June from 10 to 1 o'clock to 11 hours in room 9, and we invited the Monsignor Ivan Jurkovic, the Apostolic Nuncio of the Holy Mission, Permanent Mission of the Holy See. We invited Minister Bertoni, who is the plenipotentiary minister and first chancellor of the Permanent Mission of Italy. Cesare Zucconi, who is the spokesman of Sant'Egidio, of the community of Sant'Egidio, the Virginia Dandan, who is the independent expert on human rights international solidarity, and Alberto Capannini, who is our volunteer, a member of our community, co-founder of our non-violent Peace Corps, the Operation Dove, who is living actually in this Lebanon refugee camp in Tel Abbas. It was a very successful event, well attended, and it was so successful that Miss Virginia Dandan afterwards, during the plenary in room 20, just said to all the member states, I would have wanted all of you to attend these side events where this good practice was presented. And among the attendees to the side event, there was also Ms. Gianmarinaro, who is the special rapporteur on human trafficking in persons, who intervened praising this issue. We brought this good practice in the context of the mandate of international solidarity that we support very much here at the United Nations. Why? Because it's time really to tear down walls and to build bridges and to go towards international solidarity and European solidarity shown in facts. Where Pope Francis, during the Charlemagne Prize ceremony on 6th of May, said very few fundamental words. It says that it's time that the integration go towards solidarity, and solidarity is the way of action and the way to make history. And he said also, it's time really to tear down walls and to build bridges. These are human beings, are our fellow brothers, and it's important to give a practical answer, not just words.